dear one, as I, Christ, my Mary is here with me as well. Today we wish to announce we have a special guest, Harriet Tubman. She'll speak about freedom and liberation from slavery. She's here today to share how she fought to end slavery, but her bigger goal was to eradicate the mindset behind it. Her role now on earth continues to liberate others from a lifetime of fear, suppression, and oppression of one's rights as a human being to be free, mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. She is known as a tracker, and she's helping humanity to clear the energy of the mindset of slavery. She's working to help empower humanity as she's a true advocate of freedom on all levels. We are honored as she has chosen to be with us today. Shall we begin? And I had found this book this winter in Sarasota, Florida, called The Spirit of Harriet Tubman, Awakening from the Underground by Spring Washam. And I'd gifted this book to Pam because she's here in the area where the Underground Railroad is here in Pennsylvania. And Pam and Joanne and I had watched the Harriet Tubman movie a couple years ago, and so I felt like it was to bring this book to her for her birthday. So it's interesting that, as always, everything is synchronistic, that I brought the book and that Harriet wants to come forward. And I've worked with her in the book. Yeah, and Pam and I both have worked with her. So I just want to share a little bit from the book before she brings her message in. This woman who wrote the book was able to channel Harriet Tubman, and so these are transmissions from Harriet. Harriet says, "Oh, child, I had so many visions about this war long ago." Harriet was also a general in the Civil War. "I felt it in my bones and smelled it in the air. Freedom is mighty sweet, and my people were going to taste it at last." Harriet chose to walk firsthand in the storm of the Civil War, and with the spirit of Moses, they called her Moses, illuminating her path, she blazed a trail that was just beginning to recognize and understand. Harriet Tubman was the first woman in U.S. history to lead military raids. She was called General, and she commanded her own troops of black soldiers. She was also a gifted nurse who saved many lives. Harriet was a great war hero, and there was no doubt that her incredible feats and courageous deeds had been buried all this time, primarily because she was a black woman. Most people are completely unaware that Harriet spent 3 long years as an enlisted Union soldier. Her great attributions to this country, along with her military achievements, have been left out of his history books. I must say, Harriet is very passionate about the topic of historical records and archives. It's been a core theme that she has brought up on many occasions, especially during our sessions about the Civil War. "Child, I knew that the good Lord was preparing me for something big. I foresaw everything I would go through from beginning to end. When the North and South declared war on each other, I knew that what I had to do. I wanted to join the war because I knew it would help. I knew I could help win it. I wasn't happy about the war at all. I just understood that it was necessary. It had to end. Child, the whole damn system of slavery had to end, and it's going to help it, and I knew I could be of service, and I was. Child, I really did my part." The idea that our United States of America has ever been truly united is a figment of our collective imagination, a fantasy many of us are slowly giving up on. Black people really understand that America has always had 2 distinct sides with radically different ideas about what freedom and democracy are. We embrace ideas of diversity, inclusivity, and constitutional rights for everyone, while at the same time we simply don't live that way, and many don't even believe in it. If we look closely at American history, especially while the nation was being established, there were already tremendous cracks in our country's foundation, a deep moral dilemma that goes back to the Founding Fathers. George Washington, the first president, owned more than 100 slaves, while Benjamin Franklin freed slaves and became a devout abolitionist. Both these men helped write the Constitution and the ideological crack concerning basic human rights that was there from the beginning. Harriet says, "Child, if you build your house on a foundation of greed, hatred, and delusion, eventually it will collapse. It may take a long time, but its collapse is inevitable. This is the law of the universe. The United States built its entire house on the system of slave labor and the genocide of Native people. Slavery was a system of labor, power, politics, wealth, and the deeply embedded mindset of white supremacy. For the system of slavery to finally end and for constitutional rights to be extended to black people, the United States itself had to collapse. And it did exactly that from top to bottom during the Civil War. Child, this was no small matter. The system of slavery was beginning to end, and folks had strong views about it. I saw families, friends, neighbors, and even people who grew up together and went to the same church, fighting and even killing with each other over different beliefs. Child, it was an unavoidable war, the unjust system that America had built everything on. Had to go. It was time. Child, you must always remember that love and truth are the most powerful forces in the universe, and they will never let you down. On the battlefield, I was never alone. I was always accompanied by celestial guardians and unseen forces. While I fought on the ground there, I was also engaged in a much bigger battle. That was in consciousness itself. I fought hard to end slavery, but my bigger goal was to eradicate the mindset behind it. That line is her message for the day. Child, it was spiritual warfare, and many of us were fighting to put an end to the inhumane thinking that had brought about the creation of the brutal system of slavery. Child, believe me when I tell you that thousands upon thousands of spirits are constantly involved in ongoing wars to uproot greed, hatred, and delusion in the minds of men. I understand your grief as you of others learn to reconcile American history. It will be a big step for the planet. Awakening is an evolutionary process in which we arrive at the complete understanding that love is all there is. My job as a track monitor, I'd never heard of that word before, my job as a track monitor in the spirit world is to keep folks on trains that move them in this direction. I'm always battling to keep the trains on the right track because there are always destructible energies attempting to derail the trains and push them in the directions of sorrow, hatred, and misery. These destructive energies manifest themselves as bullies and tyrants who create or penetrate cruel systems of oppression. There are always stories of great leaders, compassionate beings, who try to guide us in the direction of kindness and wisdom. We all share these collective traumas, and we share the redeeming qualities of love and freedom. According to Harriet, we are both the tyrants and the heroes, and it's up to us to decide who we want to be. Ultimately, we each have free will. This is a choice. This is a choice you make with your own adventure experience, and your life choices are heavily influenced by your own mind. Harriet says, Child, I'm a warrior, and I fought in many battles over countless lifetimes. It was always for love. Throughout my life and during the war, I wasn't fighting to hurt folks. It was the opposite. I'm a protector, and my vows are always to protect and save lives. Child, most days I carried a loaded pistol because I had to get my job done. But I'm a sacred warrior, and my heart is absolutely committed to nonviolence. I never attempted to take a life or even harm another. I had to pull my gun out many times, but it was just a part of the illusion. I looked fierce, but I never had a drop of hatred in my heart, just love. Child, I did everything out of love and compassion. My fight to abolish slavery was a fight to abolish the consciousness of humanity. It goes deeper, much deeper. Child, don't ever give up the dream of America, the dream of progress. I understand some folks wanting to give up. This history had dark times, but I encourage them not to. For a long time, I've been planting seeds, mountains of seeds, right inside those pain-filled cracks in America's foundation. Now they're growing, and I see a new sun on the horizon. There's a good spirit in America, something beautiful, and it's rising. It's awakening, and it's worth fighting for. That is why I fought so hard during the war, and that's why I'm back now. The story is not yet over, child. Other chapters are coming, important chapters. America is a great mirror, a reflection of our own minds, which is where the real battle lines are drawn. It's getting better, but each generation still has work to do towards healing this attitudinal and artificial divide. We need to see that the only crack in the consciousness of the people. Sometimes I wonder if it's even possible to reconcile these two parts of our divided house and really heal the fracture in our country's foundation, in our nation's consciousness. The talk about another American Civil War today is hard to ignore. My alarm bells are ringing. We seem to be going back in time. After so much work and progress by so many people, we're back here again today. Our country is so full of contradictions, but deep in my heart, I know there's a higher teaching in this for all of us. Here it says, don't worry, child. Truth and justice will always win. I promise you that. It's the law of the universe. I'm back because I see something good. You must have faith that something important is underway. It's much bigger than what folks can see in the history books. Harriet starts to show me images of herself in her old military uniform, journeying through the cosmos, and she isn't alone. All the spirits and allies of the underground are with her. They're standing not only for love, but for truth and justice. Harriet's enormous faith, her belief and confidence in a higher power, give me huge hope and peace of mind. She's ready to take her place as a general again and join the battle for progress, collective awakening, and always rights for every human being. And so this is a prayer. I pray our wisdom will shine through, and the ancestors will ground and surround us with their love, their light, their wisdom, and their deep compassion. I pray to the angels and protectors and all of them to guide our way as we take refuge in the heart of wisdom. I give thanks to Harriet Tubman and all the unsung heroes and heroines who fought and died for justice during the Civil War. I honor all the Black 44th Massachusetts Volunteer Infantry Regiment and all the Black soldiers whose bravery, dignity, and sacrifices changed history. I see you, I remember you, and I thank you. And so, dearest children of the light, as I Christ, I am here with Harriet Tubman. She is here at this most auspicious time as one of the spiritual warriors of light that is assisting all of us to help bring what she speaks of love, truth, and justice back onto this planet as well into the United States of America. This is not a story, as they say, that is limited to the United States of America. It simply is a consciousness that is held within this mindset of humanity, of division, of separation, of fear. And so, as we have spoken many times, and as you know, Mary and I come, as so many of the other spiritual magnificent beings of light, who step forward to bring their healings and messages of love onto this planet. Harriet comes forth with her love, her strength, and as she steps forward into this time of what we call this spiritual battle, of helping to clear the darkness and to bring light and love back to this planet, she has chosen at this time to step forward to continue her work on the etheric and, yes, physical level here on this earth plane. She is a powerful being of light and is one of the greater powerful angelic forces. It's why when she lived in her lifetime and she accomplished all that she did, that she was protected and safe from harm. And so now, as you step forward into your mission work, she is here with each of you so that you are protected, that you are safe, and that you can call upon her energy and know that she will guide you through the obstacles and the challenges of your life and to clear what is called the mindset of slavery. Perhaps you've never been in any lifetime as a human slave, but your consciousness has been enslaved. And so this is a broad statement, as they say. For most humans are enslaved in fear on some level. Fear from their own emotions, their own traumas. And yet the collective energy of fear that is pervasive, that is emitted upon this planet, is collected and received, unfortunately, in the subconscious and the consciousness of most humans. This is why Harriet is here today, as she is our leader. She is the Moses, as she calls and has been called the Black Moses. But she is the general of freedom. She is the spiritual warrior of light that is here to help us to clear our minds, to clear our souls, and to allow us to simply be free. It is our birthright that all spirits are free. As you have come forward into this incarnation and through all incarnations of time, when you were designed, your spirit was free. And yet as you have chosen to come into your soul incarnations, the fear has created what you have called slavery in your mind, afraid for a variety of reasons to step back into your power and to proclaim your divinity. I will now step back and allow Harriet to speak. But I wish to preface this for you to understand that this is a heavy topic and one that cannot be fully understood completely. But it is necessary that this energy of freedom of your spirit, now be cleared so that you can be free, to be sovereign over your own self, to be clear in mind, to allow yourself to feel the sense of liberation in which you were created and designed as a spirit, as a free spirit, as a loving spirit, as a powerful spiritual being. It is your birthright to simply be free. And we thank you, Christ, and we thank you for this message and this transmission of hope and understanding of our spiritual nature. Welcome, dear ones. Yes, I am Harriet Tubman, known as the Black Moses. As you know my story, perhaps many do, many do not. I lived in the time of slavery, and I escaped from slavery and freed many of my family and friends from the plantation on which we were living. I had visions. I heard voices. I was deeply connected to God. And through those visions and through my own innate wisdom and guidance, I was able to help so many to be freed. And as it would be, I was called and received the blessing to be a general in the Civil War, helping in that capacity as well. And so I wore many hats, but my mission was always the same. It was about freedom and liberation. It was about helping humans, my fellow family, friends, and family of light, to be free. And today I come not just for the Black population. I do not come for any particular race. I come for all humans to be free, as I'm here in the spiritual realm being called forward at this time as one of the spiritual warriors, helping as so many are doing here on this side of the veil. And so today is a bit of a somber day, and so your laughter in the beginning was a great segue, as they say, into lightening your hearts so that you could receive this information and allow yourself, your mind, your subconscious to receive the energy, if you so willing, that I shall bring to you to liberate your fears, those deep-seated fears that are within your own personal consciousness, subconsciousness, that are held within the very cellular memory of your soul. so that you can be like me, that you can be fearless, you can be brave, you can be courageous, that you can stand in your power and walk through the obstacles and know that God is with you, that your own vision, your own innate wisdom, your ability to see, hear, know, and to feel all of your God-given gifts will assist you throughout the rest of your incarnation so you may be free. If you're feeling limited in any way, in a relationship, in a marriage, financially, energetically, through the pervasive thought forms that are keeping humanity in fear, if any part of this resonates with your own soul, then allow me to help set you free, to clear the suppression, the oppression of being enslaved. For those who have lived as Native Americans and have lived in slavery, oppression, have been killed or maimed for their beliefs, by their race, their creed, their religion. Throughout the course of history, mankind has been cruel to their fellow human being because of division, because of fear, because of lack of understanding that we're all one, that we're all part of the creative life force. The separation and the division that you have now as it continues into your current civilization is pervasive. It is like a wildfire that is creating division among families, among friends. Yes, this is a part of the work that I'm bringing forward to help assist in this clearing. It begins with one individual at a time. It begins with each of you receiving, if you so shall, as I have said, this clearing within your own heart, that love and truth prevail, and that this energy that I bring forth upon this day can set you free. Just as I believed and had the strength and courage to walk back from Pennsylvania to the plantation in Maryland, freeing so many. I am here freeing each of you who wish to be free. And so if you so shall, please allow me to take your hand and to breathe into your heart, allowing any biases, any beliefs, any fears, any judgments that no longer serve you. Fears about who you are, what you can do, what you believe is truth. Fears that are unjustified, that are indeed an illusion. And so if you so shall, please allow me to place my hand upon your heart and to clear the mourning and the grief of being killed, maimed, persecuted, abandoned, rejected, misunderstood, abused, enslaved, criticized, ridiculed, and again, as they say, misunderstood for who you are. And just as I freed so many of my family, friends, and community, as I helped the soldiers who had been maimed and injured in the Civil War, I helped so many to set their spirits free. I'm here to set you free. At whatever level, at whatever capacity, you are able to be free. And so we now clear what we call your ancestral lineage as you go back through the course of time until your spirit was created in perfection, in love, in truth, oneness, just as your beloved Jesus has written and brought forth the messages through Lea of the 12 master teachings of Christ, the true essence of his teachings, beginning with love, ending in joy. These are the universal teachings and principles that I'm helping you now to receive. But all begins with love from the Creator's energy, so that you must step forward into the remembrance of who you truly are, into joy. So I ask you to receive this beautiful gift that I give unto you today, with the hope and the renewal of a brighter day, not only for the United States of America, but for all countries, all nations, all people here on planet Earth can receive this healing today to be freed as slaves of their own mind. You can entangle yourself or untangle yourself from the illusions of your mindset of being enslaved, restricted, of all of your can'ts. I don't know how. I am not schooled. I am not smart enough. I am not, and you may fill in your own blanks. If I allowed myself to feel the limitations of my own mind, that I could not rescue my family or friends, that I could not travel by foot over 100 miles, leaving the plantation to be freed in Philadelphia, and going back again, time and time again, going back through the woods and through the obstacles and the obstructions to set my family and friends free. If I had lived in this fear, I surely would have been caught and killed. But it is the power of God and the determination of my own mind that I was able to accomplish what I accomplished in my incarnational lifetime. And I'm only telling you this not because I am special or important. I'm telling you have the ability to do this with the obstacles that you feel are set free. But these are the obstacles that you feel are before you. And so the time has come that you can allow yourself to feel the presence of God upon your own soul. The time has come that you can feel the presence of God upon your own soul. And so I ask each of you to take a deep inhaling breath and breathe in this energy and feel this clearing through all lifetimes, through all dimensions, time and space. As you now step forward into the power of your spirit, that you will free at last, free at last, free at last. What a powerful day of liberation. What a powerful day of liberation. What a powerful day of liberation. Free at last, free at last, free at last. What a powerful day of liberation. You are free at last. You are free at last. You are free at last. And so know at this time that I gift you the power of my energy as the Black Moses rising again. This is a powerful awakening, and the time is now. And we pray that all beings everywhere will quickly awaken and remember who they truly are. For they are light, they are spirit, but they're all children of the universe. And I, Harriet Tubman, step forward to gift you with this beautiful gift of freedom and liberation. I thank you for allowing me to step forward, and I thank the beautiful energy of the Christ, of Jesus, to allow me to come into what you call your sacred circle, to help at this most auspicious time, so that fear and separation and division within the minds of man can be liberated. This is always and has been my goal, to eradicate the mindset of false beliefs and misunderstandings of one spirit. Now go forward. Trust within yourself and accept this beautiful gift of healing that is held within your own soul. This is a powerful healing upon this day. Go forward to receive. Go forward to receive. Go forward to receive. You may call upon me at any time, for I am with you. I am always with you. I am never far. Take my hand, and I will carry you through any darkness, pain, and suffering, and I will set you free. You will come out into the light, fully liberated, just as I've done with so many before. Go now in peace. Be still, be still, be still, and trust. Trust in the Almighty. Trust within yourself. Trust in the universal laws that love and truth and justice shall always prevail. And we thank you, Harriet. We are grateful for your presence today and your willingness to serve and all that you've brought forth today and through the course of your lifetime here and in your spiritual essence that you continue to serve. We are honored, we are blessed, we are grateful. We thank you, beloved Jeshua, for stepping forward, allowing and bringing forth your powerful message today to help us to be free, because this indeed is our birthright. We are free spirits, and we deserve to live in joy, peace, and happiness, and to live in our sovereignty as free, physical, spiritual beings of light. And this will give our grace. And so it is.